You ever feel like your own mind is your biggest obstacle, like you're just trying to find a little bit of calm in the middle of all the chaos? Well, today we're diving into some really profound and surprisingly practical wisdom from the yoga master Swami Rama on how to do exactly that. So let's just start with a really honest question. When it comes down to it, who's really running the show inside your head? Is it you, the calm, centered you? Or is it that nonstop chatter, that constant stream of worries, to-do lists, and just random thoughts that kind of hijacks your day? The good news is there's a way to take the wheel back. And these teachings come from Swami Rama, a true master who had this amazing ability to take ancient wisdom and make it work for the modern world. He laid out a clear, step-by-step path to go from feeling like a victim of your mind to becoming its master. Okay, so first things first, we have to really get what problem we're trying to solve. What does an untrained mind actually feel like? Well, Swami Rama calls it a state of constant inner chaos, and I think we've all been there. And this right here, this is the absolute root of the problem. We identify with our thoughts. A thought pops into your head, I'm not smart enough, or I messed that up, and boom, we grab onto it. We believe that's who we are. We completely forget that these are just fleeting thoughts, not our true self. And what's the result? Well, it's this feeling of being constantly pushed and pulled around. One minute we're stressing about the future, the next we're jumping on some random impulse. Somebody says something nice and we're on top of the world. Somebody criticizes us and our whole day is shot. You see, we're not steering the ship. We're just getting tossed around by the waves. So how in the world do we start to fix this? Well, Swami Rama's whole approach begins with just understanding the different parts of our own mind. It's kind of like getting to know the players on your own inner team. He breaks it down into two main players. First, you've got manas. Think of manas as the arguing, impulsive mind. It's that part of you that's always going, should I do it? Should I not do it? Should I eat that cookie? It worries, it debates, but it has zero power to actually make a final call. Then you have buddhi, and that's the decisive intellect. This is the part that judges, that sees clearly, and that has the real power to decide what's best. And here's the secret. The goal isn't to get rid of that arguing mind, the manas. The goal is to get them working together. It's about sharpening your buddhi, your intellect, so that it becomes the calm, clear leader that guides the impulsive manas, instead of the other way around. Okay, so how do you build up that muscle? How do you strengthen that decisive intellect, the buddhi? Swami Rama gives us this incredibly powerful tool, the discipline of saying no. Now, let's get one thing straight. When he talks about discipline, or anushasana, he's not talking about punishment or being harsh with yourself. Not at all. It's actually about empowerment. It's about learning to use conscious, deliberate control over what you think, what you say, and what you do. And here's the crucial distinction he makes. This power of no isn't for you to use on everyone else around you. It's an internal tool. Learning to say no to your own unhelpful impulses, that's what builds real inner strength. So how does this actually work? It's a brilliant four-step process. Check this out. First, an impulse comes up. Your mind wants something. Second, and this is the interesting part, you don't fight it. You permit the thought. You say, okay, mind, you can have that. But, and this is the absolute key, step 3, you restrain your body. You consciously choose not to act on it. And what happens? The thought just dies. Without the fuel of action, the impulse loses all its power. Swami Rama tells this amazing story to illustrate it. There was a sage who was just obsessed with apples. So to cure himself, every single day, he would take a beautiful apple, he'd wash it, cut it up perfectly, arrange it on a plate, and then he would just sit there and not eat it. After a few days of doing this, the obsession was completely gone. He had snapped the link between the impulse and the action. Now, this core discipline of no is the heavy weight champ, but it's supported by a few other really practical exercises. Think of these as the daily workouts for your inner self. These are the fundamentals. First up, posture. Just learning to sit still and be calm actually trains the mind to be free from all the body's little distractions. Second, the breath. A smooth, regulated breath is like a direct line to calming your entire nervous system. And third, witnessing. This is the practice of just watching your thoughts float by like clouds, which teaches you that you are not your thoughts.
The breath is the bridge. It's the most powerful, direct link we have between our physical body and our mental state. If you want to get a handle on your emotions, you start by getting a handle on your breathing. It's so simple, but it is absolutely profound. So you do all this work. Where does it all lead? Well, it's not just about being a little less stressed. We're talking about a complete transformation in how you experience life. It's about becoming the peaceful seer. The ultimate destination here is to realize your true nature as the drashta, which means the seer. This is that silent, calm part of you that's always there, the part that can watch the whole drama of the mind, the thoughts, the emotions, the chaos, and not get disturbed by any of it. And this is the incredible freedom that comes with that state. The seer just sees things as they are. They don't get tangled up in the drama because they understand that fundamental truth. I am not my thoughts. I am the awareness that's watching them. Swami Rama shared this powerful story from his own training. His master set up a test. He had one student come up and say, "You are a bad boy," and another one say, "You are a good boy." When Swami Rama felt hurt by the criticism and pleased by the praise, his master called him a fool for believing either one of them. And that, right there, that is the freedom of the seer. Your sense of who you are doesn't come from the changing opinions of other people or even your own internal critic. You just remain stable, calm, and rooted in your true nature, no matter what's going on around you. So this all leaves us with one final thing to think about. Just imagine what your life could look like. What could you create? What decisions could you make if you were guided not by every passing whim and impulse, but by that calm, clear wisdom that's waiting inside you?